Welcome to our South African roots. Good morning, my home alarm is going off for the fourth night in a row. As my toddler crawls into my bed and my husband tries to fall back into a blissful sleep, I lay awake. I stay awake and think, who is accountable for this? I cannot sleep and I cannot function productively. This is the feeling so many others surrounding me are constantly stuck in. A state of almost impending depression because of stress related to seemingly unsolvable issues. We are all worried and incapable of creating the change required. How did we let things get so far gone, and more urgent, how do we turn it all back around? Not to the same country and place we once were, but to a better country, a new vision and idea to help each and every individual in our country, not only select few at the top. I can't help but think to myself, if I was president, what would I do? What would I change to make our country function? It's easy to complain, but it's harder to come up with solutions to the problems. And rather than think that everyone is malevolent and has ill intent, I have decided to instead think that perhaps there is just a general lack of ideas. So now I lie awake and devise a plan, a way to get back into our roots and remove the root rot from our society. I think of the things that should have been done long ago and how we have been taught to focus on hating our neighbor, hating the men in our society, getting desensitized to local news, being relaxed about the ever-increasing crime rates, and not at all concerned about the climbing unemployment rate. By disregarding our children and disrespecting our animals, we are closing our businesses, and our broadcasters are losing their voices and abilities to have opinions. We have misplaced our resources due to various culprits. When will we rise and defend ourselves? We should be holding our government accountable for all of the above. I think about how many people have left this country and how we are all scrambling to leave this country to live in countries that are on the brink of wars. But they are still seemingly more palatable because not only can we live there today, but we can still potentially stay there tomorrow and retire in safety. I hold our government accountable for making us feel misplaced in our own country, the countries that we were born in, and making our priorities take a backseat to their own agendas. How is the average young citizen in South Africa on a starter salary able to buy a car, buy a house, retain their sanity, and ensure a secure and stable environment for their children while obtaining a stable and successful career? Well, obviously they can't. The truth is most politicians just don't care because they are going on retirement soon. They are not still building an economic future for themselves because they have only got 10 years max before they're clocking out permanently, and their families are very comfortable on their salaries that they earn. They don't have the interests of the citizens at heart. They only hold titles and withdraw a fat check every month without making any waves or changes. However, change is exactly what we need. So maybe if I give my ideas to my neighbor, I can create a small bit of change that is necessary in the country for not only me today to be able to sleep at night, but for everyone within my country to stand up and expect more. No longer will I hate my community and my fellow citizens for things that we cannot control, such as race, that is being used as a diversion tactic, separating the nation. I am holding government responsible for making promises and having no means to deliver. I will let you know how businesses can potentially change things around. And after departing with this information, I will also hold the businesses that don't step forward and demand change responsible for the dilapidated state of our country.